television is the coolest thing that you can watch on TV. I think it's the greatest thing ever. I totally agree. Me too. I do too.
It's Uncle Thom's Kitchen.
Have you guys decided on what you're gonna do? Wow, what's all this stuff? What is all this stuff?
Well, this is all pork chops, right?
Well, let's tell everybody out there what we're doing today. We decided we're gonna take the best food that we really like the most, and we're gonna cook it for you guys and show you what our favorite meals are. And Bella, what was yours?
Mine stuffed with an apple.
A stuffed pork chop. One of the things we decided we're going to do something with pork chops. So she's going to do a stuffed pork chop with an apple. And what about you, Mom?
I'm going to do mine with slices of onion with ketchup on top. We used to do that when I was growing up, and I love them.
Oh, and ketchup, huh?
Mm-hmm. Just ketchup.
Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Mine's a little bit more difficult.
I am not surprised.
I know. First of all, we have 3 baked potatoes. We have salt and pepper. We have ketchup for her.
Yep.
Oh, I have a big old butcher knife here. I don't know what we're going to do with that, but I'm sure. Oh, I have to cut this. It's a acorn squash. We have an onion for Dorie's meal and an apple for Bella's meal. And I guess what we're going to do right now is we're going to clear everything off. And then Bella, you're going to show us how you're going to cut this piece of meat with a butter knife. With a butter knife. So we'll be back in just a minute. Well, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to say, hey, kids, welcome to Uncle Thom's Kitchen. I'm really sorry. I got so excited about doing our favorite food that I just forgot. Did you forget to say hi to all the kids out there? You want to say hi to them?
Hi.
Hi, kids. And Dorie's cutting up the apple for Bella. Now Bella is going to show us how to cut it, and I think what you want to start doing is you want to cut it here. You're going to cut it this way all the way through till it gets down to the end. Okay? Wow, you're doing a good job.
She does that with a butter knife?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, hold it. Don't cut me enough. Oh, wow. This is a tender piece of meat, I'll tell you. Make sure you cut it way down here, too. There you go. Wow. You did it. You did it. Okay, that's all the farther
That's amazing.
Now we got to flip it over.
Oh,
like
look
this.
at that.
Look at that. You did that with
Like
a butter
Butterfly
knife.
did. That looks like a butterfly.
You
It
are.
looks like a book.
Yeah, and I think it's because you got a lot of butcher in your genes. Because my 3 uncles had a butcher shop back when they were teenagers and in their 20s. And I think you picked up on that. A butter knife. I don't think we could ever do it in a butter knife. All right, now I have to get some cellophane paper. I forgot about that. Well, I don't call it cellophane. It's Glad wrap or cling wrap or something like that.
Oh yeah. And I'm just cutting these slices maybe a 1/16 of an inch thick so that they'll fit between the pieces of the pork.
Make way for the pork.
And also cutting the onion in about 1/4 inch slices.
Yeah.
I'm gonna poke somebody in the eye with that. No.
You are?
What are you doing?
Oh, this is where you're going to have some fun. I got some mallet. I got some of this cling wrap. You know, this is made right here in Racine, Wisconsin, by the way.
At Johnson's?
Uh-huh. And now I want you to take this hammer and I want you to hammer this. Now I'm going to show you how to start. I want you to just hit it like this till you really hit it hard right down the middle and then start working it out this way and then working it out that way.
Right
Go
down
to
the
it.
middle.
Hard, hard.
Go ahead.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
You see how this is? It's thicker.
Oh,
it's it's thicker down on this side, and it's got nice and thin here. So I think you have to go and hit it some more up there.
Well, other side, wrong side.
Whoa, that was the wrong side. Uh-oh. Okay, let me put my hands in
Okay.
here. Okay, now start knocking it down this way.
Oh, I see blood coming out.
No, it's no. There's no blood there.
Yes, see?
That was there. That's just meat stuff.
That's blood.
What do you think she should do now? I just want to straighten it out a little
Just
bit.
straightening it out a little bit. There.
Okay, now we got, oh, you already cut your onions up and the apples. That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think we're going to do now? We have to roll this up. We have to roll your apples.
You're gonna roll it, or
think-
I thought you were gonna fold it.
We could fold it, yeah.
If you want it rolled, then I gotta make these apples smaller so that they'll.
Okay, let's fold it then. Show us what you had in mind, Mom.
Well, I thought that you were going to put the apples on one side and then put that over
That'd
and
be
just
fine.
fold
That'd
it.
be fine. That'd be
Okay,
fine.
Bella,
Yeah.
then you're all set to go. You can just position your apples on one half of
Just
that.
on one side.
That is way too big.
Well, like that. And then you're gonna fill it up to here. Now
Yeah,
let's use a more solid piece here.
I can't even see it.
Yeah. Maybe like this, huh? Yeah, there's one more part.
Just like a puzzle, huh?
And we need a triangle right here.
A
And
triangle.
How about you put that right one right there, okay? Right there. Yeah, I think that'll work.
Now the next thing is to grab that end and then flip it right over.
okay. Now let me go.
Gotta go wash your hands, huh?
No, I have a towel.
There we
Oh,
go.
okay.
Now what are we
Yeah, that
gonna
looks
do?
pretty
We're
good.
gonna put toothpicks in there to hold it together?
Yeah, I'll go get them.
Okay, good.
Here's my
I don't think you even have to put toothpicks in it, but because it's just going to lay flat on the pan.
Yeah. Well, if she wants to put toothpicks in, we'll put toothpicks in, right? This is Bella's meal, and it's gonna be like baked apple pie with pork wrapped around it. One toothpick. You should put a little flag on the top of there. But okay, now, are we ready for yours, Mom?
Sure.
Okay, let's get this out of the way, and let's bring Mom over in here, and we'll.
No, this was so fun.
Oh, she's gonna sit over there. Okay. Okay. Grab her.
You have a nice bunch of onion on there. This into that, so that all the meat is covered. I mean, you could do a whole pan of these, you know, with slices like that. Yeah, simple.
That's
And then-
it?
That's it. And then I can't get it open. I can't get it open.
Well, it's gonna go on the blooper tape.
Blooper reel.
That was a good one, huh? And you didn't even do it.
Okay, so take two.
Yeah, take two.
Get that open.
Wow, you really put a lot on there, huh?
Because what happens is that this kind of seals the onion.
Seals the onion so it doesn't get burnt, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, and then she takes a piece of apple.
Well, I would take my finger, but this is
But a piece of apple would add a little flavor to it.
well, no, not really. I'm just using it to spread the. You can use that on the knife, see?
Maybe you
So
could
that the onion's all
stick that
covered.
in.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe you could stick
ketchup.
that in and then put onions.
Wow.
That's it.
Well,
A little salt and pepper on top. That's it.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna take these pork steaks or these pork chops. We're gonna put them off to the side, and I'm gonna get mine going for your kids because it's gonna take a little while to do this. So while I'm doing this, why don't you watch this? And you know, I've gotten some people request. I really did. How come you don't ever play any music? I mean, like video, dance music or anything. Well, I found one for you. And I think you're going to like it. So why don't you watch this right now?
जान पहचान हो जीना आसान हो, जान पहचान हो जीना आसान हो, दिल को चुराने वालों आंख न चुराओ, नाम तो बताओ, जान पहचान हो जीना आसान हो, जान पहचान हो जीना आसान हो, दिल को चुराने वालों आंख न चुराओ, नाम तो बताओ, जान पहचान हो जीना आसान हो। जान पहचान हो जीना आसान हो, जान पहचान हो जीना आसान हो, दिल को चुराने वालों आंख न चुराओ, नाम तो बताओ, जान पहचान हो जीना आसान हो।
All right, kids. Well, what we have to do here is we have to get this meat cut into a butterfly. And how would a wise guy do this? How would a wise guy? Would he take the fat side, take the thin side? I think I would take the fat side. So what I want to do is I want to divide these basically into thirds. So I'm going to take this top part. You know, I should probably get a better knife than this, but I'll try this. Oh yeah, it cuts really nicely. Cuts real nice. You don't want to cut all the way down to the bottom. You've got to give it maybe, oh, about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. Actually, this knife is really good. You know, I got this knife free. I watched one of those samples of those guys that are at these different places around the area that put on these demonstrations for a knife, all these different knives that you can buy. I sat through the whole thing. Dorie and I sat through the whole thing, and at the end of the presentation he asked us if we wanted to buy the knives, and we said, I think we'll think about it. He says, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you each one of these knives and go home and try it. See how you like them. I like this. It's totally stainless.